everybody, it's Christina from Mixed Media and Junk Journals, and today is day 97 of the 100-day project. Now today's challenge is a magazine page or something from a magazine. So I got out this little magazine that I'd made much earlier on in the piece, and I know I would cringe if I look back 4 or 5 months at how I was recording with the light and the sound and everything like that. And even though I know I've still got a long way to go, I can definitely say I think I've probably improved no end from then. Okay, so I made this from a magazine, Dumbo Feather magazine. Beautiful creative magazines which are all arty. So I thought what I would do was revisit. I said at the time that this wasn't for sale. Very often I make things and I go, you know what, that's the first copy of it. That's the first time I've ever made that. So I kind of like to keep that. And this is my journal. I haven't written in it. I haven't done anything with it. But I thought I'd revisit and see how I went making another one, because I remember at the time there were things, and maybe I didn't use the right glue and stuff like that I've kind of learnt from. Anyway, so last night I had a bit of a fiddle and I was making a new one, and I used just some cardboard and I've covered it with this, it's just a textured cardstock. Little bits and pieces that I learned along the way that I think I can improve on. I've put that one. This one had 4 signatures in, so it ended up a bit too thick. This one I've made 2 signatures of 6 pages each. And the thing I did that I really wished I hadn't made this as a mistake last night was when I've bound to the spine, I really should have used a much bigger bit of paper for the binding to the spine. Then I felt like I had to cover it up. So I'm a bit disappointed that I've done that. But, you know, for me, the 100 days is really about making mistakes. So I've done the stitching the opposite way, so as it's hidden in behind. And once again, Dumbo Feather is really a fabulous. The paper is at least about, it's probably about 170, maybe 170 GSM or 120 at least. So it's a nice, good paper. And the other thing I like is that if you like a particular article, so there was an Angelica Houston article, there are just things you can do. So it's nice to revisit this. So you can put this in, so it can be read. And if you only glue down here, then you can read the back. All right, so things like that. So I don't know, maybe, I mean, you know, once again, I wasn't imagining selling this anyway. It's more for my experimentation. I think that the magazines are only really over the last, 5 years they've been coming out, maybe longer, I don't know. I mean, maybe I got some a long time ago. I got these at the op shop, so, for $1.50 each or something. I will have a think. Maybe I will find something to do about that. But anyway, let's get started and see what we can do with the decoration of this. So I have also, when I've been deconstructing my Dumbo Feathers and a couple of other magazines, I've just been making, basically that's one book worth. So 4 signatures of 3 pages each, but obviously now I'm making 2 pages. And put them over there. So it's made out of magazines. It's made out of a bit of cardboard and a bit of cardstock. And I've got a house and garden here, and I just found some really beautiful pictures that reminded me of spring, because it's winter here and it's not really nice and it's cold. So I thought maybe I can, you know, make something from some of those. And I've still got the Dumbo feather sort of imagery that's the offcuts of things and bits that I've liked. So I have got a little tub of Dumbo feather stuff that has been cut up, and I've got this. I think that would be a nice front page. So I hope everyone's well today. Today is the first day Melbourne now has had to go to wearing face masks if we go outside. Like I said yesterday, my car broke and I pretty much don't care. I'm not going anywhere. Everyone else can just get on with what they need to do in the world. I'm just going to be here arting and crafting and enjoying myself. No, I just want this to be my base picture, because I think it's a nice start to a little book. So I would actually recommend, I would recommend to anyone doing 100 days, if, you know, if like me, you're just happy to toddle along for a bit and learn some new things. I learned a lot, I've said it before, I've learned quite a bit about you know, things like sewing and stuff that I kind of never really done, well, not for a long time. I learnt I did a bit of embroidery. I mean, I was already doing mixed media, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, and I started making books before I started the 100 day. Clearly I can improve. I'm going to use some glue. I find, I've said it before, I find using a bit of glue stick is handy. Otherwise you just use up all your more expensive glue. Oh, isn't that pretty? Now, of course, you could use any magazine you like. For me personally, the Dumbo Feather magazine works for me because it actually, there's stuff about it that really inspires me. All the creative stories and artists that are in there. I like that. I just actually, I don't want to do too much more to it, other than I just saw my little bag of tea bags, my little lot of tea bags, and I thought I would put a tea bag on and stamp it for the start of the book. I like that idea. Actually, just realised I'm probably creating a shadow there. I'll let that dry a bit. Also, the other thing, you know, when I'm junk journaling, it's kind of messy and it's bits and pieces, and when I do one of these, I think a little bit more about design, and you know, I don't think either is right or wrong. I just think that everyone has their personal style. I know often my personal style is a mixture of a lot of different things, and that can be confusing maybe to other people, but you know, I'm doing me. So sorry if someone doesn't like that. Just doing me. So nice having these gardens and things. Oh, how did I manage that? It was two stuck together. Oh, that's nice. Maybe I'll use that side. That's beautiful. Is that the right size? I'm going to use that side instead. There you go. Can't predict these things. Bit of variety. So one of the things that I'm noticing about lockdown is how your energy and moods can fluctuate. And, you know, a lot of friends are really having trouble with the mental health of the isolation, and that's understandable. I guess because when you have an art practice, you know, it's not too bad. You're sort of okay because you've got something to do. People who, though, maybe are a bit more outgoing and want to be out in the world, I notice, suffer a little bit more. I mean, I'm pretty much okay in my own skin. I mean, when the car broke down, it was a bit like the last vestiges of freedom were taken away. Yes, but it did happen on my birthday, so that wasn't really very good. So I'm distressing this a little bit to antique it up a little bit because I've added a tea bag, so I'm already changing, you know, the concept of the design of the book, going from very clean kind of, what's the word, urban design, contemporary, urban, and how do you mix contemporary and urban together? Like contemporary urban with antiquing and, you know, like an interesting blend. That's what I'm thinking. How's that for a conversation? Feel free to join in the comments. Just nattering away to myself. Sorry. So, what's it going to look like if I do a bit of a thing? Oh, you know what? I like that. If I do it light enough, it will still be readable. There you go. Pay good money for that sort of effect if you buy paper. Alright, so today I'm using claret. I think it goes nicely, and I knew that every bit of page I'd pulled out was mostly this sort of apricot colour, and so the apricot was the theme I was sort of going for between these two colours. So I am trying to have a sort of a care about the overall design. I do care about it really. Now, if that's going to go in, let's just put this one in here as a fold out. So if okay, so there's two ways. I could have it here, and you can read it that way, and then turn it upside down and read that story this way, or still the same fold, but have it glued on the edge here so that it comes out there. And in fact, that actually, I kind of like that because it kind of gives an area to play with here. So let's do that. I think I'll use Fabric Fix so it does the quick grab and settles pretty much straight away. So it'll sit in there like that, but it will also fold back. We fold that a little bit just to make that does sit properly like that. Just seeing that little edges, that bit that's ripped, I'm thinking just going to little washi flower there to hold that, and a bit of leaf while I'm at it. There we go. Okay, so I don't really particularly want to totally oh, that's nice. I wonder if that will work. I was just going to say I don't want to use just this magazine flower all the way through it. I think it has to be mixed up a little bit. This is nice. I have a friend who every day posts a picture of something or someone hugging something or someone to really just keep it human while we're doing the whole COVID thing. And actually, well, okay, today's obviously a day for a bit of a rant because this is what's coming up for me. This morning, a friend who I think should know better posted about someone who'd gone out a little bit to the country and gone into a shop and had COVID but didn't know they'd had it probably, or even if they did, they were not a very nice, good person, but gone into a shop. So the latest here is that the annoying thing for people in the world, or in Australia or in Victoria in particular, is that, you know, they've tried to keep COVID from going out into the country areas, but then people will go out in droves and decide to stay out of the city, so they don't catch it, but sometimes they actually have it themselves, and so they're spreading it. So anyway, so a woman had apparently gone out near Wood End, where I go, and had had it, not known or known, I don't know, and had spread it out into, you know, in a shop. So the shop had caught it. And the storyline was very much about how all these police had to take time off work and blah, 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 blah. And I thought that the slant of the article was very, I don't know, it was a bit hateful towards that woman, you know, oh, the stupid woman. And the comments on the whole Facebook post were all very much aimed at she should be, you know, it's like, my goodness, Australia, this is Australia. We don't do this sort of stuff, you know. We expect to see it in the news of America, that people are, you know, wanting to get their guns out and kill someone if they do something stupid like that. But here in Australia, we don't do that stuff. We just don't. Like, it's not been us. So to have the first time any of my friends are doing a bit of a Facebook post about harming a woman who's possibly only just gone to visit her mum and take food to her or something, who's possibly not even known she had the virus, was a bit, I thought, I don't know, it's just horrible. You know, it is, it's horrible. It's not very loving and it's not very caring. So I have difficulty with the fact that we're now getting a bit like that here. I had to turn off Facebook in the end. I thought, no, I'll say my piece about it's not a witch hunt and leave it at that. But my experience was that I went to the same area twice and that the police were so, you know, they were so good. They were so good about standing back from the car. They all had their face masks on. They thanked me for wearing my face mask and my gloves and caring, and you know, it's like how the report was about the police all having, they weren't even testing positive. It's like the police all were at risk because of it. It's like, no, they weren't. They're standing back from the car. They're not even getting close. Like, stupid. It was a roadblock. So why did she get through? Anyway, the point is, these reports make things sound so much worse and don't do anything for friendly relations amongst people, human beings. So I'm just sorry, I'm not having a bar of it. I'm just not. I went out, I thought they were good, I socially isolated. It's just how it is. The world is not a good place at the moment. I like this because it's got a hug. Obviously this is the hug book today, so you never know what you started. Now I do. I started a hug book with an article on Angelica Houston. Right, so it's the Flowers and Hugs book. Hold me closer. All right. I need something for down here. Oh, there's another hug. Oh, that's nice. Little cute little botanical thing. I've always been like this. I never pre-plan. I don't work that way. I've always started something and then seen where it goes. Yes, for the most part. Even when I'm cooking, I don't go, I'm going to make a lasagna. I just get things out and start making it, and then sometimes it just ends up being a lasagna. So we've got a hug, we've got people socialising. Oh gosh, I miss that. I miss the concept of just being able to meet my friend and go to the cafe. I guess it'll come around soon enough. I need a little, something tiny. There's something tiny. fill in there. It's also sort of interesting to come from having watched the rest of the world do this to now starting to go through it ourselves. Like maybe someone will start singing from the balconies like they did in Italy. I can't imagine. I'll tell you what, it'd be better than the yappy dog round the corner, that's for sure. Someone can serenade me through the window if they want. I'm going to leave the word anxiety there because that's a big major issue with people at the moment. So I did make, I think I might have said it yesterday, but I did make a loaf of bread. So I will put a picture of this loaf of bread, the second loaf of bread I've made, right there now in the screen. And I just gave some to my next door neighbour who thought that was pretty awesome. They've been making spaghetti. I mean, they weren't big go out and, you know, they weren't really big go and eat out people because they have a little child and now they've got a new little baby, but they certainly perhaps weren't making spaghetti and stuff. So they're having fun making spaghetti and not sure what else making. Anyway, gave them some of my new bread and they enjoyed it and had it with jam, and probably their son probably had it with Vegemite. Cracked edge for the anxiety that's going on with people in the world. What else can we put on this page? It's coming up a bit there. Definitely need a new glue. Oh, that's nice. Let's put that there. This was a free bit of wallpaper. That's there. That's a little fold out bit. I really should put these in alphabetical order so it's easy to find when I need some letters. All right, L I live life. Live life. Want a poster? Oh, as luck would have it, even though they're over the other side of the room, there is still one here. Live life. I want a flower. Yes, a flower. That's what we want. Well, I'm enjoying these little washy flowers today. Live life. I'm seeing what's in the scraps. That's funny. Maybe one of those things, anxiety is one of those things that does make you hide out a little bit sometimes, so maybe this little guy facing the wall, they're all facing the wall, it's quite appropriate. They're all facing the wall because it's too hard at the moment in the world. Damn COVID. Okay, we got a little calendar, can be written in, just a month to go. This is kind of cute. How are we going for time? I haven't even paid attention. What are we up to? 42-ish on the camera. that one. I have to call this the little anxiety book, I think, the way that it's gone. There you go. Maybe it's the COVID book. Maybe it's the have a hug when you've got... Don't have a hug when you've got COVID, even though you want to. I don't know. I can't even make light of it. It's just sort of kind of stupid, really. I guess a few of my friends, we're all a little bit like, people, you know, in our after 50 sort of year old age group, kind of, who would have thought we'd have to live through this in our modern age with all our modern medicine and stuff? Who would have thought? Definitely be kind to each other, people. People are struggling. Just want something different colour there. Right, not enjoying this glue stick at all. I will have to rectify this situation, I think. Must be time for an order of decent glue sticks. Okay, let's put this one along here. The glue from the binding of the book. There. Okay, got that out. I want to put some more words in here. I wonder if I can find some that I like. Like that first page. How was that? That was a winner, wasn't it? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, as they say. Here's some words. What does it say? Save the date. Letterpress. Doesn't make sense. Come on in, my little tub. find some nice words, or some appropriate words, or words that work. Oh, 17 Sundays. What about these little... I like them, but maybe that Sundays works, because that's when you stay home. Flower people, that works. Swing back up. Thinking I might, now that in retrospect, now that I'm knowing I'm disappointed and I can't let it go, I'm thinking I might actually pull up this and re-sew onto a bigger bit that will stick down properly. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I should know better. Alright, but for now, without knowing what I was doing or why, I've started a little anxiety journal. And it's a little story. And I will put in some calendar dates, put in some pockets and some writing spots for whoever I gift this to. I think I know who I'm gifting it to. And there you go. That's today's day 40, day 97 of the 100-day project. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.